Hello everybody, this is Steve, your everyday guy here, and in today's video we're going to talk about how I transport my kayaks on my trailer. So what I did is I originally had a Harbor Freight trailer and I needed to transport my kayaks, but I also wanted to be able to take gear for camping, and so what I did is I came up with this frame that I have here. So this frame, you'll see that it just secures right onto the bed of the trailer. In a little bit we'll do a walk around, and so you can actually see how I secured at the bottom. And then the other thing is that you can also see it gives me plenty of space under here to put all my gear. Right now I've got it set up in my utility trailer, but I'll try to find a picture of my Harbor Freight trailer and so you can see what it looks like when it's set up on there.
In this picture here, you can see that I've got my Harbor Freight trailer hooked up to my Buick Enclave. I've got the kayak rack on the Harbor Freight trailer and 3 kayaks mounted onto it, and then underneath I've got a gear bag, and what it is it's really designed for a rooftop carrier, but it actually fits perfectly under there between those, and that way I can throw all my gear underneath there and then secure that to the trailer, and I don't have to worry about losing anything at all as I drive down the road.
To be honest, I kind of really like how it sets up in the Harbor Freight trailer because I get a lot more options even though it's a smaller trailer. And so let's take a look at it in a walk around. Alright, so here you can see it set up on the trailer itself, and I do have the kayaks on it right now. But to kind of give an idea how I built it, as you can see that is just Unistrut there that I've used. A couple reasons I used Unistrut. One is it's real easy to work with. It's got channels, you can bolt onto it. And two, it is galvanized, which means if you live in an area, you can actually just put it on there and not have to worry about painting it, because it is going to be rust resistant. Now, when I did this originally, you'll notice on there that I do have some brackets right there for the Unistrut. Originally I bolted those all together, but one of the things I decided to change is I decided to weld it. And the reason is that I took on to a trip. Well, I took about 3 or 4 trips. The first 3 trips were purely on paved roads. It rode amazing. But the fourth trip I took it on, we went to a campsite to stay. And the campsite did not have paved roads, so a lot of bumps, and those bolts just shook way loose. So what I did is I decided it was time to weld it. Now this is the first project I welded, so do not look too closely at those beads, otherwise it will make you cringe. Good news is my welding has gotten a lot better. So just kind of doing a walk around here. And so one of the things we're going to take a look at is, you can see I've got it set up with a little T section for the 2 kayaks. Sometimes I carry 3, sometimes I carry 2. Some of the other things I put on here that make things nice is, you can see I've got these little eyes right there, and that lets me secure things, tie rope to them. Those come in very handy when I'm putting my gear underneath. So one of the things that's really nice about the Unistrut is it has these holes right there. You know, when you look at those, you can see that if my trailer's wider or shorter, that I can basically move it in and out after drilling the holes because the holes are already there. So this trailer that I have right here, this is a 5 foot by 8 foot. My Harbor Freight trailer is a 4 foot by 8 foot, which means that it's narrower, but because I've used the Unistrut, it's got the ability to go narrow as needed. Now the other thing you'll notice when you look at this is I've got these square washers here. You can see that in the previous clip that I showed where you were looking down on it. Those are 1/4 inch thick steel, and you want to be sure to get, because that way you can get those really tight and you know it's not going to budge anywhere. One of the mistakes I made with the original build is I just used regular washers, and I think that's also a big part of the reason why it shook loose. And you can also see I do have a variety of, or well, I shouldn't say a variety, I have 2 different styles of kayak holders. So the first style I've got is going to be this one here. It's great for when I'm using 2 kayaks. My next style is this one right here. To be honest, I'm not as big of a fan because my kayaks are kind of heavier and I feel like it kind of bends this part right here. I feel like it kind of bends it back that way a little bit when I'm carrying them. So I only use this style when I need it for that 3rd kayak. Otherwise, for 1 kayak or 2 kayaks, I just use this one. If I have 1 kayak, what I do is I'll actually take this and just fold it down. I might fold it over this way. And then what that does is right here, this gives me a place where my kayak can actually sit just right on top and flat. That way I don't have to worry about it rocking back and forth. And the last thing I wanted to show you is how I attach this to the bed. Now if you come down here, I did something a little different. When you look here, you can see this is the thinner style of Unistruts, And so I've got a double bolt down here, and this is all thread, which comes in a huge, I believe what I bought was a 4 foot wide or 4 foot long piece of all thread. And basically what it is, it's just like it sounds. It's a metal rod that's threaded the entire way down. And what I did is I cut it into the sections I needed. And then what I've done is this, I've got a nut here on top and a nut on bottom. Those lock to make sure the all thread's not going to move at all. And I bolt the top one on. It goes right through the strut, through the floor, and clamps onto the entire trailer. In the back, I don't have room for that. So I did just one bolt and a nut that goes down. And what it is these are planks. This makes sure to keep this would keep the entire thing steady, but it might have a little bit of play in it with that bolt and washer nut on the back. That just makes sure it doesn't have any play back and forth. But this way, I mean, you look at this, I can shake the whole trailer with it and back and forth. And so it is very sturdy.
Since you've made it this far, don't forget to hit that like button and let me know that you liked my video. And also go ahead and subscribe. That way when I come out with my next video, you do get notified. And please leave a comment down below. Let me know what I did great. Did I miss something? Hey, what do you guys do on your trailer? I would love to hear about that. And this is Steve, your everyday guy. Until next time, have fun out on the water.